I am a Biniy Alexander Vladimirovich, 1987. And from the year 1987. Year of birth, rank private. 66th Brigade. Brigade on the march. Yes, that's right, in the 1st Battalion. They strangled in the damage. So, in 2 days, this is our quick damage. So, and the cops were drawing there that they would come from the rear, from there, if anything. Well, not to let them get close to. Not to let the enemy get closer than 15 meters. In the end, when we were brought in at night, on a little tank, it was like that. They brought us, there were 4 of us, dropped us off, and said, run. And where to run? If you want to live, you'll find a way. The shelling began. We were running around, panicking, and that tank drove off. We searched and searched, but eventually found it. We found it by a flashlight and thought they were signaling us. Well, shining a light. And when we ran up, there was a dead person lying there, not far from the dugout. After we all went into the dugout, they shot at us a bit. Well, they shot at us, but it was in the wings, where they were still shooting at us. Well, we rested until morning. Just like that. We got acquainted with the guys, because there was one from one room and another guy from a different room. We got acquainted. So in the morning, they distributed us and made sure not to let anyone approach and loaded the cartridges. And everything was fine. Again, I just hear something on the roof. Thump, 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 someone is walking. And then I hear a pop and shout, grenade! Because they opened it from above. They threw a grenade at us and started shooting.
So our unit was already under assault?
Yes. They started shooting. Another grenade. The guys started firing back. Somehow they managed to leave. Not even 40 minutes passed, I think, and there was a lull. Something seemed off. We called the command, keep an eye on the drones. What's going on? Everything's fine. Your bunker is serious. Those logs, they can withstand a lot. Wow. Mortars won't help there. And then, after about 40 minutes, it starts again. Mortar shelling, everything is flying, everything is cracking, everything is breaking. We called the commanders on the radio, the ones who sent us, saying everything would be fine. Those logs would hold. We call, but sometimes we can't hear them, the radio is bad or something else. And then I see one of ours is dead, the second is dead, the third, then the third one. I saw more, and then it hit. In short, a shell hit in the clamp. Hit my head, and I remember nothing. Then a couple of minutes pass. Get rid of what is burning your face so much. And there's blood, otherwise it burns. Yeah, I close my eyes. There, the last one. Man is lying in blood, and he was breathing heavily, not alive. It can be hard to die. There. I wanted to get up but couldn't because I was buried. Almost buried with earth, logs. And I keep crawling because I hear someone shouting there. Well, what's there? Has everyone already suffocated, damn it? Or is there anyone left? I stay silent, thinking. I won't say anything. I'm lying there, and then I just hear a drone. It flies closer, and drops a grenade nearby. On the head, it hit, and again I had a kind of concussion. As it roared in my head, again I blacked out a little. And that's it. And then they kind of dispersed. I couldn't find anyone, and I was there. It was really scary, and I was left without food, without water, without communication, and drones were flying, constantly flying, dropping and dropping. What I did, I went and dug myself a hole, called it a bald mountain inside the wall, and stayed there. I don't remember how many days. Stas? Well, about 13, something like that. And I couldn't endure it anymore because there were corpses lying around. I even started talking to them, sitting there, even though I couldn't handle it as a child. And that's how it was. Then I went, I was hungry, and I found some bags lying around. Found a piece of sausage somewhere, a piece of cookie with water, and then I really couldn't take it anymore. There were cigarettes. I wanted to smoke, but there were no matches. Plenty of cigarettes, but no way to light them. Here. And then I was already sitting. I couldn't take it anymore. I didn't want anything anymore. That was it. I prayed to God and asked him. No. And one morning it was still all painful, when also where to get up, you can't go anywhere. And it's unclear where ours are, where not ours there. In short, you go out, they're shooting. And one fine morning already, I was lying in my hideout here, and I see an old man. He's coming. Or in the morning, no, in the evening, I think. And he is coming. I was just so desperate. I wanted something, water. I kept dreaming about it all the time. So, and I said immediately as he was coming looking like that, but he didn't notice me. I told him, don't shoot, I surrender. I'm unarmed. I have no weapons, no bullets. I surrender. That's it. And he said, come out. I crawled out, extending one hand, saying, here. One hand here, the second. And so I got out, squatted down. He searched all my pockets. I said, there was nothing there. I said, if possible, please let me have a smoke. I said, I can't smoke much, and some water. He didn't have any water, so we smoked. And so slowly he called his guys too, and we gradually moved. Because those birds don't let you do much. So slowly, he even directed me for myself there. How did they treat us? Did they throw themselves? Well, I didn't become well. We were there for a while, and we got chocolates and food on certain days. Ours didn't pass. I was a bit worried. I don't know about this matter. At first I kind of knocked. I don't know how it should have been done, because they might shoot suddenly if something was wrong. And there it was, just hopelessness. That was it. I couldn't get water. Desperately needed water. I just wanted some water. And that was the first. There was no more. How were you drafted? Tell me. I went myself. That's it. And decided to go fishing. I arrived, caught a fish, and they caught me. I started to act up a bit, saying I had no right. They gave me a couple of slaps. I calmed down, thinking, what's the use? We arrived. Then they sent me to Kherson, and they sent my buddy back to Belgorod, and he escaped from Belgorod. 15. I called back. 14 of October. And then they dropped us from Kherson. Well, yes. But you didn't participate in combat there? No, not anywhere there yet. It was already here when they brought us, to the Luhansk region. Well, there we went through a couple of days of training in Iskreno, and that's it. What can you say about the attitude of the former brigade's command toward the subordinates? Well, they behaved well. Because they promise you to explain things to you like there are cops, but in reality they sent you to your death. And this dugout was such that at least on that side there was some kind of exit. But you just got in and there was nowhere to run back. So they betrayed. Where is he from? Odessa region. Tilia district, Lesky village, 12th Street, 101. Does he have a family? Mother, sister, and brother. How old is the brother? The brother is 27. Is he not fighting? No. Why? Because he doesn't want to. And for that, yes. It works out, it turns out. Mom is in this second group. Here's the Russian one. She has her own family there too, with a husband and a child.
Work home to the president and our current government, which serves as the official residence of the head of state and the administration.
It does not heal. And it has grown, not mine, not to tell them, because what kind of leadership, for example, goes in parts? Well, it comes from the president. What commands the senior gives, like these. In short, it's complete lawlessness. There's nothing good here, and there surely won't be.
When did you go through the commission? And the number?
Well, yes, 5 times. I touched on the reports, I settled 5 times. That's it.
What about the commission? What is the scariest legal thing for you? This stuck with me, but it's hopelessness when you don't know what to do.
This is when no one needs you. It gets to you, flies off, falls. And one thing I will never forget, when it hit my head, it was a blank. It knocked me out, and then I had something inside my head. A red sheet pops out, and it shows how I started flying. Like this with faces, and then I'm already lying on the bed trembling. That's one thing. And then it all hisses, and then I came here. What are the moods?
What are the moods among the soldiers that you want to talk about? In the situation in general? Among the soldiers in general? What is the situation in general?
Everyone wants to go home. Everyone wants to go home. And when it's all over, I'll go home. Because that's where my family and loved ones are. Well, what kind of mood can there be? None. For now, it's just that everywhere people are crying. Everywhere there are cries and tears from this war. Everywhere explosions. Calmly, nothing can be done. Nothing. Well, in short, there's no life.
Did many of your friends die in the war?
Well, I only had 7 people. That's it. And now I don't know. No, here are friends. And those on the opposition.
3 people, do you think you were lucky in that way?
Yes. I was lucky because they even risked their lives and took me with them. That's our price? Yes. Thanks for capturing us. For that. Well, they took some soul too, didn't abandon, didn't leave. Well, of course, I don't want that to happen, whatever it may be. When exactly are you planning to break down the situation or the issue at hand? Please don't do it there, as it might cause unnecessary trouble or inconvenience. To Mom. Mom is there. Tomorrow, live with it and stay by the window. Don't go out, don't show yourself. The flame might quietly calm down. Do you want to say anything else? Share something interesting? I want water. I want water. Thank you. And I wanted to ask if you have a cigarette, if possible, and a massage. They will be filming because you can't smoke on camera.
I understand. Now, looking into the camera, can you say a few words to your loved ones, your relatives, please?
Mom, Lenka, hello. Everything is fine, I love you. Hang in there, everything will be alright.